I'm going to do my best to be civil and not be obnoxious. These advancements are things that'll save lives, lots of lives. And yet for some reason or other, there seems to be this movement to try and crush this stuff down. So I'm going to give you a tip here. Gasoline is kind of dangerous as well. It catches on fire a lot easier than you can catch on fire a battery. A lot easier. If you want to try that out, go and try and light up a dry cell battery or something like that. Go and give it a shot. See how well you make out. And then pour some gasoline on a street and throw a match into it and see how you did there. Let's get a brain here, US. Everybody's got to get a gold star on their forehead. Everybody has to get a medal for participation. It doesn't work that way. This really pisses me off.
Hey, I'm Stephen and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. And holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, see what I did there? Are you in for a treat today? Sandy Munro has gone full fucking savage mode. So I woke up this morning, booked an Uber for your sister. She says hello, by the way. Checked my social media and discovered my DMs blowing the hell up. Dude, you've got to see Sandy's rant. Holy shit, dude, you need to react to this video. Holy crap. So who am I to argue with the people? So in this video, I'm going to be doing exactly that and reacting to Sandy Munro's epic rant, going full fucking savage mode, laying this smackdown upon the US government and everybody that's trying to get in the way of progress of electric vehicles and in particular, Tesla. So with that said, let's get into the video. If you love crypto, stocks and free stuff, or just want to help out the channel, check out these great offers. BlockFi are launching the world's first Bitcoin rewards credit card. People in the US can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase with no annual fee using the BlockFi Bitcoin rewards credit card. Check out the link in the description. And for a limited time, you can get up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, where you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. If you want your free crypto, use the link in the description. And if you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $300 just for opening an account. And if you make an initial deposit of $5 or more, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $2,000. Seriously. Free stocks? Yes, please. And finally, if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also linked in the description. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Let's get back to it.
Hey, boys and girls. Welcome to Munro Live. I'm going to do my best to be civil and not be obnoxious. It's tough sometimes for me because I do get emotional about the way the country is being ramrodded into a direction that is not in the best interest of the company or the country. As you all know, Tesla had an AI day, and it's artificial intelligence for those who aren't into that sort of stuff. And one of the things that they decided to talk about was the new beta self-driving system that they've got. Now, for those of you who watch my stuff, you'll know that I was lucky enough to drive in 2 systems. I had one that was in California that was very impressive, and then I saw another one just recently with the dirty Tesla guy I've forgotten the name of right now, but anyway, he let me sit in his car and drive around. When I was in that car, we were in city streets, and we were making 60 and 120 degree turns. Now that doesn't mean much to anyone here, but at slow speeds, under 40 miles an hour, and under normal driving conditions, making a 60 degree or 120 degree left or right hand turn is really a big deal. It really truly proves that you have something that's AI. Artificial intelligence. There was no problem at all with the Tesla vehicles that I drove. Now, they showed that off in the Tesla Artificial Intelligence Day, and they also showed off that they're developing new chips with billions of contact points. That's amazing. I mean, I don't know how much you know about this, but it defies imagination. One chip one chip that Tesla has developed in just recent history here could take the place of pretty much any major computer that might have been hanging around in the early 2000s.
Just quickly wanted to jump in here. I've got a funny feeling that many people watching Solving the Money Problem happen to know just how fucking amazing this chip design is. For those of you that don't know, I dropped some limited edition merch featuring the chip stack design. These things are selling like hotcakes. If you haven't got yours, check out the link in the description. Won't be available for too long. But just the fact that there's so much interest in this merch design, there's literally hundreds of these things have sold in less than 24 hours as I record this, shows how excited people are about what Tesla unveiled at AI Day. Tesla, the company, is single-handedly moving the needle forward and making stunning progress in real-world AI. And ultimately, the end result of this will be the saving of hundreds of thousands, over the long term, millions of lives.
These advancements are things that'll save lives, lots of lives. And yet, for some reason or other, there seems to be this movement to try and crush this stuff down. So let's put things into perspective. In 2018, the U.S. fire departments responded to 212,500 ICE vehicle fires. 560 people died in those fires.
Anyone want to take a wild guess at how much coverage the fake news gave to these internal combustion engine fires and the tragic deaths?
That's in 2018. There were virtually no electric vehicle crashes whatsoever. And that's why I wanted to pick 2018. Now, where did I get these numbers from? Well, that would have been me and another guy from Bloomberg called David Welch. And basically, he was asking me about the safety associated with EVs. And I said, well, let's do this. Let's look up fires. Because at the time, there was fires with the Bolt and there was fires with Tesla. I mean, these are really dangerous. I'm going to give you a tip here. Gasoline is kind of dangerous as well. It catches on fire a lot easier than you can catch on fire a battery. A lot easier. If you want to try that out, go and try and light up a dry cell battery or something like that. Go and give it a shot. See how well you make out. And then pour some gasoline on a street and throw a match into it and see how you did there. Let's get a brain here, US.
Full savage mode engaged.
Why am I so upset about this? Well, the results basically tell me that that something dramatic must have happened in order to get these types of fires, okay? And I don't think that people with a normal range of intelligence could possibly make these things happen.
Is it just me? I kind of feel like Sandy Munro's inner Stephen Mark Ryan is coming to the surface. Did I just talk about myself in the third person? Now, I do just want to elaborate on this. First of all, Sandy Munro and I are on the same page. The amount of media coverage given to these so-called electric vehicle fires versus internal combustion engine vehicle fires, not even in the same league. It's despicable. Of course, EV fire gets a lot of headlines. No, Tesla fire gets a lot of headlines. EV fire, not so much. The media just clickbaiting, putting Tesla in fire. Suddenly you get some views, more advertising dollars. The second element that Sandy Munro is addressing here is the morons who are doing their best to exit the gene pool by driving like an absolute fuckwit, crashing, having a huge accident, puncturing the battery pack, having a battery fire, and suddenly, oh no, Teslas are unsafe, the battery packs catch on fire.
What comes to mind is something that we talked about when I was at Ford. Watch this, hold my beer. These are people who want to try and kill themselves, or let me rephrase that, they didn't go in too deep in the thought process to figure out whether or not whatever they were going to do was going to have some sort of serious repercussions. So Tesla brings this stuff out, talking about how much safer it's going to be for self-driving. And then, the same day, NHTSA decides they're going to investigate Tesla for car fires. Is that a coincidence? What do you think, boys and girls? Do you think we're getting our legs pulled? Do you think that NHTSA might have had a plan here? Do you think that maybe there's a problem here? Well, how about this? The same day, Congress decides to investigate Tesla as well. I don't know why they would do something like that. But I do know one thing, it's too coincidental for me.
I have absolutely no idea what on earth Sandy Munro could possibly be suggesting here. I'm just nothing to see here, folks. Let's move on. There's definitely absolutely no possibility that any form of corruption exists within the United States, within the government, within the political system, within the fake news. Stop asking questions. And of course, there's literally zero chance whatsoever that anybody in any positions of authority in any of these organizations could possibly have any orifices open and be currently receiving eggplants from any donors or any parties that are interested in swaying their opinions or their actions or anything along those lines, is there?
Remember, Tesla is a true U.S. company. True U.S. company. It's based right here in the U.S. And if you buy a Model Y, a Model S, a Model 3, a Model X, or if you decide to buy one of their Roadsters, it's made right here. Please don't take my word for it. Go out and have a look. And yet, for some reason or other, Congress decides to investigate Tesla for wrongdoings, and NHTSA decides to investigate Tesla for wrongdoings. Let me ask you a question. What of the other car companies out there that have got anything close to the self-driving systems that'll save countless lives? Who else is doing this? The Chinese. So if we continuously go after Tesla and slow them down with congressional investigations, with NHTSA crawling up their butts, what happens? What is going to happen? Who is going to pull the United States out of the fire? Is it going to be the other OEMs? Are we going to see General Motors or VW or Mercedes or any of the other car companies? Are we seeing what they've come up with? No, it's crap. It's crap. I've driven almost every self-driving car or even autopilot car, and it's crap. And they can't catch up. And so the government is deciding to make it an even playing field. Okay? Everybody's got to get a gold star on their forehead. Everybody has to get a medal for participation. It doesn't work that way. This really pisses me off.
Preach, Sandy. The dude is singing my song. This gets me so fired up as well. Let's be honest here. Legacy Auto are f***ed due to their own incompetence, their own stupidity, their own complacency, their own lack of innovation. The reason that they're currently on the rack and will be out of business before the end of the decade is because they f***ed up.
The Chinese are creating systems right now that are equivalent or better than anything GM, VW, BMW, Daimler, Toyota, Honda, Kia, Ford, and anybody else that's out there is going to be making. And we're crushing the only source of real American ingenuity? Are you kidding me? It's about time that we stop coddling the hometown boys who decided on their own that, oh yeah, we'll just sit around and make a lot more profit with our ICE vehicles because we all know that 2045 is the year that maybe there might be some uptick in EVs. Get a life and get out of the business.
Sandy Munro, round of applause. That is a mic drop moment. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, if anyone's uncertain about exactly what Sandy Munro is talking about when he refers to coddling these incompetent companies, I refer you guys back to the recent EV summit held in the United States, where the name Tesla was conspicuously absent. Now, there was a few morons, and yes, I used the word very clearly there, morons, in the comments. No, Stephen, Tesla shouldn't be invited. They're already 100% EVs. Why would you invite this company to the EV summit when they're already doing EVs? Let me explain, face. Tesla should be held up as an example of a company that others should aspire to reach, okay? Here's where Tesla are. They have single-handedly accelerated the transition to EVs. Give them a round of applause. Acknowledge them. But no, completely absent. Why? Political corruption. Instead, Joe Biden, President of the United States of America, openly and shamelessly gobbled, licked, sucked, stroked, and massaged the interests of his political donors.
But I know who built the middle class, unions. Unions built the middle class. Helped build unions all across this country. To build these vehicles and batteries are good-paying union jobs and other union workers to work. It's union-made right here in America. An additional $2,500 credit for union-made vehicles. And we're going to do everything in our power to encourage and protect the right of workers to unionize and collectively bargain. Expanding union jobs, expanding the middle class. When I hear climate, I think jobs. Good-paying union jobs.
Now, I'm sorry to rain on anyone's parade who didn't already realize how incredibly corrupt the United States political system is. And I'll put a graphic up on screen just pointing out exactly why we might have heard Joe Biden repeatedly talking about union jobs, union jobs, union jobs, and also offering a $2,500 additional incentive for EV purchasers buying EVs made by companies that happen to be part of a union, which excludes Tesla, and of course refusing to even mention the company's name. Now guys, there is no more brazen example of political corruption and interference, coddling of these incompetent companies than the President of the United States of America deep-throating the United Auto Workers Union, a huge political donor almost exclusively to the Democratic Party for the last few decades, and flat out refusing to mention the company that has done more for the transition to electric vehicles than anyone else. In case you don't know, NHTSA, which we've heard Sandy Munro refer to with the investigations into Tesla, is a department of the United States government as well. But, I mean, definitely no chance of any corruption there. Total coincidence. Nothing to see here.
You're government people. What you should do is back off and stick to know what you know best. Like Afghanistan.
Dude, that was the burn of the fucking millennium.
Anyway, kiddies, I'm old. And I'm allowed to be grouchy. So that's my little rant for today. I'm sick to death of coddling and kissing up to companies that made a big mistake. And quite frankly, I'm tired of watching everybody throwing rocks at Tesla. I am not a Tesla fanatic. Nobody buys me, nobody. I'm too old for that. I got to tell you right now, though, like I say, government should stick to the policy making and whatnot. Go out there and see what you can do about fixing Afghanistan. And after that, Iran, Iraq, and all the other ires out there that I think that you're gonna probably bugger up. Stay away from industry. Let's survive through the thing that really makes America great, innovation. Anyway, that's enough for today. I appreciate you listening. I'll try and calm down for my next meeting. Thanks, boys and girls. I appreciate it. We appreciate you watching Munro & Associates. And if you feel like I feel, you have a congressman, you have a senator, send them a note. It's not that hard. Their email addresses are available. Send them a note. Flood them. Tell them we're interested in having them stick to what they know best. Like I say, Afghanistan.
Sandy Munro, take a fucking bow. I have nothing else to add. Could not have said it better myself. As Sandy mentioned, if you guys are in the United States and you feel the same, send a letter, send an email, do whatever it takes, pester these fucking idiots. This corruption is unbelievable. It's disgusting. It's shameless. It's brazen. It's out in the open, and something needs to be done about it. If nothing's done, this is going to dramatically slow not only the adoption of EVs, which apparently catch on fire all the time and therefore are super dangerous, despite all the evidence to the contrary, and worse than that, Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of people will die or be permanently disabled or injured in preventable traffic accidents because the adoption of autonomous software is slowed down to help these incompetent morons try to catch up with Tesla, which, by the way, it's not going to happen anyway. They're all going out of business anyway. It's just going to prolong things a little bit further. So let me know what you guys and girls think in the comments below. You think it's possible there might be a tiny bit of corruption within the United States government and the political system? I mean, I know it's a bit of a tinfoil hat theory. That's pretty crazy and pretty out there, but you never know. It's possible. Do you also think that the government should stop giving gold stars to last place losers like Ford and GM, trying to prop them up, give them extra incentives like a $2,500 additional tax credit for union-made electric vehicles in the United States? Do you think that the government should actually be propping up a company like Tesla, who's paving the way, leading the way, and literally single-handedly accelerated the world's transition to sustainable energy, including electric vehicles? And finally, do you think this was the greatest rant from Sandy Munro of all time? I just want to say personally to Sandy Munro, I appreciate you having the testicles to say what you think. More people need to do it. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card, where you can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase. There's a link in the description. You can also earn up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, also linked below. And finally, don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and Stake, also linked in the description. These great offers also help out the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.